Alright guys, welcome to this masterclass. We're going to be focusing on content. We're going to be talking about how to make at least $10,000 a month with content. Okay, so I'm going to justify this claim in this presentation. This is going to be a breakdown. We're going to be talking about these 4 things right here. So let's go ahead and begin. So firstly, let me show you how I make over $10,000 a month consistently on social media. Nowadays, it's around $15,000. With YouTube, I have 30,000 subscribers and I make around $1,000 a month. With sponsorships and promotions, this is where I make most of the money. So I make $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And I charge anywhere between $500 to $1,000 per Instagram post, per YouTube video. The next one is the TikTok Creativity Program. This one's not so much, but it's a good passive income. Digital community, this is the one that I'm doing right now. This is the one I'm focused on. This is the biggest opportunity in my opinion. And affiliates and referrals, just a couple $100s a month. So this is the opportunity. I'm not particularly a large content creator, but this is a full-time income here. And it's more than enough to live a very good life here in Thailand. And just to be a little bit more transparent, I'm gonna show you behind the scenes on my social media analytics. On average, every single month I get about 200,000 views. And then these are my metrics for my Instagram. Like, look at these views, 997,000, 1.3 million, 2 million, 660,000, 500,000, 4.2 million, 2 million, 7.5 million, 40 million. Literally every single video is in these 6 figures. 14 million, 3 million, 5 million. This is 10 million. And then also this is my engagement rate, 19%, almost 20%. This is insane. Most celebrities and influencers that have like millions of followers, they have like 1% engagement rate. I'm just showing this to give you some credibility. Here's my TikTok. 50 million, 1.2 million likes. And then here are my views for the last 90 days, 3 million. But yeah, let's continue. I want to talk about why it's worth it. So first off, this wealth. You know, having a personal brand for me, it was one of the biggest reasons I was financially free since the age of 24. You know, having YouTube videos, having an audience, it really allows me to sell things to the audience and build this kind of lifestyle, right? And the reason is because attention is currency. You know, you can sell practically anything and there's no limit on how much money you can make. The next one is network. There's no limit on the type of people you're able to collaborate with, to network with, and build relationships with. You know, and many of these networks are exclusive to only those who have high authority or influence. In other words, status. So if you want to connect and network yourself with other people that you look up to, the only way you're able to do that is if you have some sort of credibility, or if you have influence, or if you have some sort of status. So having a personal brand is the biggest way you can just kind of network and get yourself into these rooms. The next one is going to be opportunities. Now, having a personal brand, it opens so many doors and gives you access to a lot of things which would otherwise be unavailable to most. The next benefit, which I think is one of the biggest benefits, is the lifestyle aspect. You're basically your own boss, and a lot of times work doesn't feel like work. The next one is influence. This is the obvious one. What you say now has a lot more power and it has a lot more impact. And here again, impact, pretty much the same thing what I just said. Your story and your message, it has a lot more power. It can affect people and affect people's lives, feelings, finances, aspirations, etc. So work oftentimes doesn't feel like work. Just the other day, I got paid $1,000 to chill at a beach with my girlfriend and snorkel. You know, I'm like thinking to myself, is this actually work? So let me guys show you the video.
Experiences I've had in Thailand. First, I got picked up from Bangkok to drive towards Pattaya, and along the way we stopped by Laser Buddha Mountain and then sailed off to the beach to begin our snorkeling adventure. We were literally surrounded by so many.
So you guys get the point. They are willing to pay you to do a lot of these experiences. The only thing I have to do is come up with good storytelling, get good video footage, and edit. It's such a lifestyle hack in my opinion, like having an audience and stuff. Like never in 1,000 years people would have considered that this is actually work. With opportunities, back when I was doing e-commerce, I had an e-commerce personal brand and I was invited to Shopify's headquarters and I had an exclusive interview with them. I was like 21 at the time, got flown to Germany, all because I had a personal brand. The next one here is like blue carpets, Thai events with a bunch of celebrities and stuff. The next one is, this was a YouTuber meetup. And then the next one is tourism, Thailand Tourism Board. They invited me out to a trip to Chiang Mai with other influencers. This is absolutely insane, like the amount of opportunities you can have with having a personal brand. And out of all the businesses I've ever done in my past, creating content, it's the most wholesome, it's the most enjoyable, it's the most personal. With content, I'm able to integrate it with my lifestyle. It has the most benefits in my opinion. So that's why I'm showing you guys all this stuff. I'm trying to convince you guys that this is like a crazy life hack. You know, this is absolutely worth it. So I want to give you guys some value to take home with. So let's talk about the 4 main points. The first point is how to make content people actually want to watch. This is perhaps the most important. Video performance is based on these metrics right here. Low saves basically means the video is not valuable. Low shares, it means it's not good enough for strangers to share your video with friends or family. Low comments means that there's no emotion. Low likes simply means it wasn't a good idea. And low views or watch time means that it had a bad hook. There was no promised payoff. In other words, there was no purpose in watching the entirety of your video. So this is the basic formula. If you take out anything from this masterclass, I want you to take this formula. This is the most important thing. Short form, just follow this simple formula. You have a good idea before you even make the video, and then you start the video with a hook. So you grab their attention within the first 3 seconds, you pique their interest, and you promise a payoff. So anybody watching your video as a complete stranger is better off watching the entirety of your video because you promised some sort of payoff or you had some sort of hook at the beginning. This is also why I included all my results at the beginning of this video to kind of hook and grab your interest, because if I were to just start off with like basic facts and stuff, you're not really convinced, but I showed you proof that this works for me and all the benefits, so you're more likely to be interested, right? It's not a manipulation tactic, it's just people want to get to the good part very fast, you know what I mean? The next part is value, right? So it's the main meat of the content. It's the main purpose of the video. And then the last part is the call to action. For YouTube videos, it's going to be slightly different. You're going to have an introduction. So the introduction is going to be something like, in this video, we're going to be talking about this. Or in this video, all these contestants are going to go through this obstacle course to win $1 million. Something like that. The next one is going to be the context or setting. This is any information that is very important or very vital for the viewer to know before the video actually gets started. The next one is simply delivering on the value. Lastly, we have the conclusion. So wrapping up all of the point of the video into a concise statement or a couple of few statements. And then optionally have the call to action as well. All of the big guys on YouTube, all the content creators, they all use this formula. However, here are the most common mistakes. For short form, it's basically the opposite. There's no hook, no promise payoff, doesn't get to the point. It's super dragged, it's boring. It has so many unnecessary moments in the video that aren't really central to the topic of the video. And it's too self-centered. You know, a lot of people talk about themselves on and on and on in the video, and they don't realize that there's not much inherent value for the other person on the other screen. And for long form, there's no storyline or structure. There's no plot. There's no suspense. There's no build-up. There's no payoff, right? And then they have a lot of dull, non-valuable, or dragged on moments. It's not focused, no direction. They have a lot of tangents in the video. They kind of just scattered. There's no like central direction. And then lastly, there's no emotional hook. So here's how to stand out from competition, because I know a lot of people who are thinking about doing content, they think that there's way too much competition. And honestly, let me say that this is a myth, you know? Every day there are new creators absolutely crushing it. Just look on your own For You page or your own main feed. How many creators do you see that you've never seen before? Obviously, there's no set point of time where the market, where everybody's gonna say, okay, we have enough of these people, we have enough travel creators, we have enough business gurus, we have enough makeup artists, we don't need any more. Obviously, that's not the case. And it's because no two creators are ever the exact same. Everybody has their own story, their style, their values, beliefs, perspective, wisdom. All these things bleed into your content. Finally, let's talk about how to actually monetize and make money as fast as possible. So you should plan to monetize as fast as possible, even if you don't have a large audience, because the worst case scenario is broke influencer syndrome. So many influencers, you'd be surprised, they have like thousands, millions of subscribers and followers. They still have a 9-to-5 job. It's because they never actually learned the business side and actually how to capitalize on their audience. And they also think selling is icky. You know, we've been conditioned to think that selling things and making money is somehow unethical, or asking people to buy something, maybe even for a high price, is somewhat unethical. It's only unethical if you're selling BS. You know, if you're selling something actually valuable, you're actually doing a favor to your audience. Think of it as giving your audience the most value you can, and in order for them to actually truly value what you have to offer, they should pay for it. It's simple psychology. So you don't want to feel bad about making money, especially when you're doing the world a favor by offering value, by doing free content. You know, you're offering so much free content, it's okay to ask for a sale. So here are the 10 ways to actually monetize. You guys can read this. There is so many opportunities and so many different ways you can make money. So let's talk about how to get started ASAP. First way is to just do it yourself and kind of wing it. However, you're not going to have any feedback, you're not going to have any community, no direction, and it's going to be a lot slower. And you're more likely to give up because if you don't get results within the first 3-5 videos, you're going to feel discouraged and you're probably going to quit. This is what 99% of content creators, they fall into this trap. The next way is mentorship. Okay, so I'm offering a personal mentorship with content creation. You're gonna get personal feedback on all of your videos. So you can send me your videos. I'm gonna give you actual harsh criticism on every single video. The next benefit is you're gonna join a community with like-minded creators. So all of us are gonna be sharing tips. All of us are gonna be sharing each other's videos, supporting them, liking them, engaging with them to try to help each other out. Next benefit is I'm actually gonna give you a structured plan on everything you need to do to get started and all the type of content that you should be capitalizing on, such as trends, such as trending audios, such as ways to edit, such as hooks, such as thumbnails, etc. I'm going to include everything, so you just need to follow the footsteps. And inevitably, you're going to be going faster, right? If you have somebody in your pocket telling you exactly what to do, you're inevitably going to go faster. And you're a lot less likely to give up because you have a community and you have me keeping you accountable, right? There's no way you could just give up so easily. If you have all of us, there's no way you're just gonna give up on day 1 or day 30, right? Whereas if you're doing this by yourself, it's so easy to just give up because no one is really keeping you accountable. If you're interested in shortcutting your journey with content mentorship, this is what I'm offering. Like, there is nothing else like this. I don't think you can name any other program that offers you training, a community, and personalized mentorship from someone who is actually doing this every single day. This is what I do. This is where I make most of my money. So the goal of my mentorship is to teach you how to make content and build your personal brand so you can reap all these rewards and basically design your own lifestyle. So my offer is $49 a month for early bird first comers, and this is only because it's during beta phase. When I'm out of beta phase, I'm gonna be charging a lot more. So let me show you just a slight little preview of the beta phase right now. We have the foundation, we have how to create your identity and personal brands, types of content, how to tell a good story, breaking down the algorithm for Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, how to never run out of ideas, video filming, video editing, video pacing, literally everything you need to know about how to make a good video. So if you're interested, click on the link somewhere on this page and I'll see you on the other side.